Don't move! Keep your hands where I can see them!
Oh, God.
Pentagon Protective Service, drop the weapons, now!
What the?
Guns down, hands up, you're under
I'm
arrest!
a police officer!
Face the car, now!
Help me.
EMTs, move!
The airport was busy, loud, alive. The kind of chaos that usually hides everything. But not that day. Not when two local cops stopped a black man at the terminal, shouting orders that made travelers freeze mid-step. Within seconds, panic spread. The man's badge fell from his pocket, glinting under the harsh lights. U.S. Army veteran. He raised his hands, calm but confused, before the first shot rang out. Then, the sound that followed made everyone turn. The synchronized footsteps of men in black suits walking toward the scene. Who were they, and why were they smiling? Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Marcus Reed had spent half his life in service. A decorated combat medic, he had patched up brothers in arms in Afghanistan and Iraq, saving more lives than he could count. Retirement was supposed to bring peace. He had just landed in Atlanta after visiting his mother in Texas. His flight delayed, his body exhausted, but his mind light. He was thinking about breakfast, about his daughter's call waiting on his phone. He was an ordinary man in an ordinary place, until the system decided he wasn't. Outside the baggage claim, his Uber app froze. He walked toward the exit, duffel on his shoulder, still wearing the jacket that bore his unit's insignia. That's when he noticed the two officers staring. It wasn't curiosity, Ed, it was suspicion. He had seen that look before, back home, but never thought it would follow him here. The officers followed him through the sliding doors, their boots echoing in rhythm. "Sir, can we have a word?" one barked. Marcus stopped, calm but alert. Years of training taught him to read tone, body language, and danger. This tone wasn't polite, it was poised. People slowed around them, sensing tension but pretending not to see. Marcus reached for his ID wallet. "I'm a veteran," he said softly, placing it in plain sight. The taller cop's eyes flicked to the card, then to Marcus's skin, and something unspoken hardened in his expression. "Hands where I can see them." Marcus complied. The command wasn't necessary, but he obeyed, hoping to de-escalate. Another officer joined, hand hovering over his weapon. "What's the problem?" Marcus asked, still calm, no answer. Just a shout, "Stop resisting!" He hadn't moved. Within seconds, the moment spiraled. A scene all too familiar in headlines, yet too surreal for those watching live. Travelers froze, phones rose, and recording. Marcus backed up, hands trembling. He wasn't afraid for himself, but for the truth. The truth that even his uniform, his medals, his service meant nothing in the wrong skin. Then, the first shot cracked through the chaos. A scream cut through the air. Marcus fell to his knees, clutching his shoulder, disbelief drowning out the pain. His ID lay beside him, stained with blood. The crowd shouted, "He didn't do anything!" But the cops' radios crackled louder, calling for backup, calling it an armed suspect. Lies are spreading faster than the truth could breathe. But then, something strange happened. The air shifted. 3 black SUVs rolled to a stop at the curb, tinted windows, government plates. Men in suits stepped out, calm, coordinated, no local markings. No hesitation. They walked straight toward the scene. The officers raised their hands, confused. The tallest agent flashed a badge. One word visible in gold: Pentagon. The lead agent's voice cut through the chaos. "Weapons down!" The cops froze, uncertain. "This man," the agent continued, "is under federal protection." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Marcus lay bleeding, but conscious, eyes wide with disbelief. The agents didn't draw guns. They drew authority. 2 of them restrained the officers, reading off federal charges: unlawful use of force, Civil rights violation under Title 18, impeding a government investigation. The airport fell silent. Even the overhead announcement seemed to stop mid-sentence. Marcus blinked up at the man kneeling beside him, the Pentagon agent, calm but furious. "We've been tracking misconduct in this department," he said quietly. "You just handed us the proof we needed." In seconds, the roles had reversed. The men who had shot him were handcuffed and escorted away under federal order. Cameras kept rolling. For once, the story wouldn't vanish in an internal report. For once, accountability had a face. And it wasn't a headline waiting to fade. Marcus survived. The bullet missed vital arteries, leaving him scarred but alive. The footage went viral before the hour was over. News anchors debated, social media erupted, and the world demanded answers. The officers were suspended, then indicted. Federal prosecutors investigated their department's entire chain of command. But none of that erased the memory, the fear, the humiliation, the simple truth that he had almost died again, this time not in war, but in the country he fought for. Weeks later, Marcus stood outside the Pentagon, wearing a sling and a quiet expression. He was honored for bravery, not for saving others, but for surviving the system itself. When reporters asked how he felt, he said only this: "Being a veteran didn't save me. Being right didn't protect me. Only the truth did." Because this time, the world was watching. The video ended with a question that lingered. How many more veterans, teachers, fathers, or sons will it take before justice no longer needs an audience to exist? Which country and city are you watching from? Take care.